Hi, my name is Aidan. I'm one of the directors at Southwest Systems. I'm just going to walk you through our retail scanning cloud back office software. This is very detailed. It has a lot of features and functions and reports, and this is for all business types. So this can be any fashion business, it can be any garden center, any retail scanning business, bike shop, anything like that that's tied to any retail scanning or even non-retail scanning. So a mixture of like a farm shop can be retail scanning, weighed and non-scanning items. So this covers everything, and I'll run through as much as I can. And if you've got any questions, please contact us at sales@southwestsystemsuk.com or my personal email. So we're going to run through the start with the dashboard. This is the first, the first thing you see when you go on the back office software, all web-based. So the first thing you do is you choose it's today, yesterday, or whatever date range you want to run. Now all the reports they're all date rangeable, so you can just edit that. You can export to CSV here. So I'm looking at net sales at the moment. We've taken 97147 in the last week. Today we've done, this is a demo site, so there's been 6 transactions, 24 items sold, it's 176.05, okay? Then we move on to finalize keys, what's done by cash and card. You've also got other features here like refunds, voids done. You can find out which staff member has done the voids in the journal, no sales, so you can really build a profile of each staff member. There's additional information here about refunds, no sales, and cancels. And as I move further down, we've got group sales. So this is the business. In this case, it's a community stores, it's a grocery stores, news agents. We've got department sales here. So in the case of a charity or a stationery store, we've got these items sold. It could be also like a fishmonger's, a butcher, anything like that, farm shops selling those type of items. We can do vouchers here. So vouchers sold, vouchers redeemed. Men's shirts. What was women's shirts? Women's clothing, men's footwear, women's footwear, kids clothing. We can all break that down by group, department, product, and you can do tags on that. So you can say which is what brand is it, like Nike or other things like that. You can tag to it to the product. Hourly breakdown. So what is when we're most busiest? We've just put in sales this morning at 10 a.m. And then we've got other things you can add here. So breakdown of staff, POU sales, okay, etc. So that is the dashboard, really good. It's a summary. Now I'm going to move on to the products. So the products themselves, you've got various products you can add in here. So in this case, we've got large shirts. So you can add more information in here. Large shirt, Nike, M1, medium, you can do uppercase, lowercase. The random code is going to be your barcode. So you just key that in here, 13 digits or however many digits are on the barcode. This is linked to the store. It's going to be a men's shirt. Okay. Is it VAT rated or is there 0 rated VAT? If zero is nothing. Is it 20%? And then the shirt you're going to sell it for. Okay. So that is the initial basic of how you set up a product, and that will now be on the till. That'll get sent straight down to the till. It's on there. Now, if you press this orangey red box to the left here, this will then take you into more information here about the product. So firstly, you can have different pricing. Here we've got average cost price down here, GP targeting. Tags is where you can edit tags. So you don't have to put the brand in there, but I could put Nike as the brand. There's a tag report for that. Or it could be anything. You could say, I want to look at all the, I don't know, it can be whatever you want it to be, essentially. But that's where you tag that in here. So just put that in. Okay. You've got stock control for this tab here. So you can either say it's non-stock or give it stock. You can set minimum, maximum stock here. So days to order is here. So I'm going to set it as 3 or 4 days when it arrives. You've also got like master POU. You can link multiple products to a master POU. If there's a recipe that's a bit more complicated, that's a mixture of items. You've got unit sizes, case sizes. I've actually created this 8-pack here as the case size. It comes in a pack of 8, the newspapers. It could be whatever you want, 12. You can actually adjust the case sizes under the stock tab. There's a cases area. So cases and packs is the same thing. It can be in like gallons. This is like hospitality, or in most commonly is in 12-pack, 24-pack, 6-pack, 3-pack, etc. Really easy to do, really easy to add. You've got the suppliers here. You can have up to 4 suppliers per item, but you can create as many suppliers as you want. Again, that's creating the stock area, the suppliers. Got the unit cost, case costs, and then we can do shelf edge labeling and stock labels. This is all free included. You need to buy the compatible label printer from us. We do different sizes. There's various different shelf edge sizes, etc., all pre-done. We've done stuff for Spa. We've done stuff. There's A4 printing. There's various different types in here, and you just need to contact us regarding this. The most common we do is 45 by 25 mil, and we do a 50 by 30. So just contact us first because we need to ensure that the sizing of the labels, the A grade labels, is correct and matches, and we test it for dispatching the equipment to you. Okay. But the most common thing to do and the cheapest thing to do is to have a stock label, so an ad hoc label it's called. So that's the label that you put on a product that does not have a barcode, okay? Which you will have products that don't have it. You get them in garden centres and stuff. You get them in newsagents. Not everything is a nice tin from Heinz with a barcode on, or for some reason, for whatever reason, you need to just the barcoding is a bit skew or weird, or there's something off about it, that particular barcode. So you can create your own ad hoc barcodes to quickly label those products and sell them. Because the bottom line is you are just trying to streamline the queue, the waiting time, and that system. You just want to. The whole idea of scanning is that you want to scan things as quickly as possible, serve each customer as quickly as possible, especially if you have a queue, to get through, so that you don't have any walkaways, or people are happy with the wait times, etc. That's especially vital if you only have 1 or 2 tills. You need speed. Okay, so we do shelf edge labels as well. That's a stick on the shelf. So yeah, that's fine. So that's that there. You go along here, you've got the terminal flag. So in here, you've got SEL, enable shelf edge printing per item. You can set some items to flag with shelf edge and some not. So that's, for instance, when you order more stock, it will then flag to say you need to print off these shelf edge labels, or no, more to the point, when you change a price, you'll then flag the shelf edge label printer to change the price for you to print them out. You've got the weight PLU, you've got notes. Weight PLU is obviously for items that are weighed, say for a farm shop, or places like that where you're weighing loose items. The web shop integration, so the main websites we integrate with is WooCommerce, Magento, which is now Adobe Commerce, and PrestaShop. Now, the way it works is we will liaise with your web developer. It's an extra cost. It's very cheap. It's an extra cost. And we will set that up with your web developer. There's various scripts information we've got to run, and we've got to check everything. But essentially what it does is when you sell an item on your website, let's just say WooCommerce, that's the most well sold platform. Lots of developers work on that. It's very affordable to use. But say you sell a product on WooCommerce, that that stock will count down by 1. So that information then gets sent back to the Till Cloud back office software. So this, what you're watching, and then it comes off the till as well. And then if you sell the same item in store a day later or that day, that stock item will go back to the cloud back office software and then back to your WooCommerce. So it's bi-directional, the stock reduction. Works really well, no problems with it, and you can have full control over that from WooCommerce as well. Allergens is for food items. This might not apply for most retail, but it's here if you need it. Associated items and PLU activity here, so what's being sold by that PLU. Now we can move on to the stock. So from a head office point of view, you have the stock and the stock list. So this will list every single item in here with stock. So at the moment we've got wines and spirits. That's a very generalized department. It's an open department. There's 170. But say a particular newspaper, a particular e-bike, a particular t-shirt by Nike, which is white, whatever the brand is, or whatever the code is, you can put on there. You would find out how many items you've got here. And the search here, you can search by barcode, by description. So if I type in newspapers, this is the code here. There's only 5 in stock. So that's how you search in that, and you can narrow by, let's just look at the bread department, if there's any items. Let's just look at the news and magazines department, etc. And you can also search by supplier. So let's look at all the items with that supplier. You can do all that. So that's just an overview of stock there. In terms of the orders, you've got orders in here. So I can go in here and go head office. Okay. And in here, I've got, here we go. This is where I've got the 8-pack in here, and then I can order here. So I can order a quantity here of say 3 of those, which is 24, etc. And then that will order one of the 8-pack. It obviously is 8, and item cost we can say 70 pence. So let's just say it's £3.50 total costs, because it's a case we're ordering here. It's one of these. It's a not a single item. Okay, so then you place the order. You can email the order by PDF. You can print the order here. So I've got this here to this. It's to Whole Foods, but wouldn't be a Whole Foods supplier. It'd be whatever it is, Booker's, whatever the paper company is. Post delivery, and then when you post delivery, those goods go into stock. So if we go in here, lists, and check our newspapers, you can search as well. So wherever the newspapers are, but I can search for it, speed, and it also holds items in. There we go. There was -1 before, so -1 plus 8 is 7 in stock. And again, you just reorder, etc. You can transfer stock around. Most people don't use that, but you can do that. Wastage. So say a newspaper was damaged, I can say who it is, new wastage. So it's a newspaper. I'm going to say it was item quantity here. It was one newspaper. So, and you can say it was damaged by John, post wastage. So now that's logged that, and then that will offset that stock. The stock will go down. So if I go newspapers again, the stock will go down to 6, and obviously it'll offset it on the stock report as variance. So it would be class it as wastage, so it's not lost or stolen. Okay. Ins and outs, returns, case sizes we discuss. You've got the ability to end a stock take and start a stock take. For the stock take, you start a stock take. You can do this by a new sheet, by department. You can reuse an old stock take or build it from a supplier group. So I can just say here, right, I'm going to start a stock take, and you've got newspapers. The frozen stock is obviously 6. The items I've counted, I'm going to say I've actually counted 5 newspapers. So there's 1 missing. Okay, there should be 6, but I've counted 5. I'm going to save that stock take. You can obviously batch add that as well. There's a batch add button here, but I can save that. And then I can end the stock take, and it's a partial, because obviously a full zeros everything, so it's a partial. You should be really careful with that. Partial stock take. So now that I've done that, the list of newspapers, if I go back in now, this could be e-bikes, it could be anything you're selling, t-shirts, that's now gone down to 5. And then we can run the stock variance report, which is here. It's under stock variance. So it said that there was frozen 6 items that were frozen, entered 5. There was a variance of -1. The cost difference is this, which means the variance, the actual money I've lost the cost price of the item, which is that, and the entered stock value is now this. So the thing with stock take is obviously if you lose an item, you lose the cost price of the item, but also you lose the sales price of the item. So you lose both, don't you? So that tells you what's been missing on your stock take, and you can run that, and it's all archived under the stock variance here. These are all the partial and full stock takes we've done. Moving on. So this is where in programming you can edit your department list in here. Okay, so pharmacy, confectionery, bread, fruit, plants, stationery, bikes, whatever it is going to be you're selling, clothing, men's fashion, women's fashion, etc. Tags we discussed in here, where you can have different tags. So O'Neill for wetsuits. You can, 14 carat, 18 carat, 24 carat if you wanted to group them. So the tag groups I've created here, it could be brands, it could be models and manufacturers, it could be anything by weight I've done here. So you can have a tag group and a tag name. And those tag groups are assigned, like I said, in the products, which I showed you earlier. So you can actually create loads of different tags. And then there is a report by tag in here, POU tags. So what was sold by POU tags? And if there's data, it will say it. So O'Neill, we've sold here, etc. All right. and you can actually sort by departments in here, and you can sort by tags in here. So if you just wanted to look at O'Neill, okay, it will then just remove. Let's see what we've taken by O'Neill. That's the wetsuit brand. Obviously, it's assigned to a wine spirits department, which is wrong, but you get the picture. We do multiple demos a day, so it does get the test site does get a bit full up with stuff. Staff clerks, so you can go here. So this is where you can edit staff in here. So we give all, management and owners will have full ability here. So every blue tick box here means they have access to do that. Okay, so they can make adjustments, they can do a void, they can do discounts, they can do amount discounts, they can do staff discounts, but we can edit all that for you. It's not a problem. And then moving through here, so obviously other people have less, will be restricted and can't do no sales. That's the most common thing. Keyboard allocation, if you've got a lot of scanning items, you won't be assigning buttons to the keyboard, but this is what the keyboard looks like. So I've got newspapers, pet food here, grocery items, meat, chicken, plants, if you're a garden centre, seeds, pet toys, pet treats, donated. We can do, charity shops, etc. So grocery stores, news agents, all off licenses, all stuff like that. This fruit on the right hand side here is using the weighed integrated scale. So I've got that there. We've got a complementary button here, a price change button, voids. We can do vouchers, we can do suspend, resume, payments, cash, card, integrated card with our card partners Dojo. We do that. We're an agent for Dojo, so we can give you the lowest pricing. And we compete with all other card companies, and you're going to have all the benefits of a card integration, which essentially means you're not, miskeying in amounts. You are getting, you're serving customers quicker. The queues are getting reduced quicker. You're not having to pay extra refund charges because obviously if you do it manually entry, if you're basically manually entering the card into a card machine, if you're not there and staff are doing that incorrectly, and one, the customer's going to be annoyed, and it's embarrassing that you've obviously entered an amount and it's wrong, and you charge the customer the wrong amount because some people don't check non-integrated card now, standalone card, they just can't key it in, pass it over. It's rare that you can reach over and see that, but with an integrated card, you'd see it clearly on the card machine facing you before you tap your card on. So there's lots of benefits to that, and lots of areas where you can save money, and also it's just a smoother, better system, and you'll serve more people, and you'll access more business through it. All right. So that's the keyboard there. I won't go through the other keyboard options, but that is a summary of what it is. Manager mode, price changes, loyalty cards. We can do points loyalty and stuff like that. Other important points to mention is mix and match. So we can do a set price, like 3 for a set price, 4 for a set price, 2 for a set price. That's the most common in here, but you can also do discount amount, discount cheapest free amount, etc. You've also got the ability to do other discounts here as well. So you can set start date, end dates, times, etc. We'll set all your functions, everything up. We've got the reason table here. So if you do a void, you can build up reasons why you're voiding. We can do customer change minds. Customer change minds, damaged products. They bring it to the counter and it's damaged product, you need to void it. Okay, so that's just 2 in there. If you look further down here, we can also do customer verification. So are they over 25? Are they over 18? We can do that pop-up, and we've got a bespoke script we can use as well if you want to have it where you have to select the driver's license. That's more in an off-license or grocery store. So challenge 25. Need that, that's included, no extra costs. Tax you don't need to play with, but this is all set in here. We'll settle that up for you. And there's various other things we can do in here. That's the core of it in there. Sales, we're now moving down the left here. So this is the journal. You get a journal on the front end till system, but this is going to identify everything going on here. So what I can do is actually I can say, right, I want to look at a particular member of staff. So I don't know, let's look at Alan. Okay. And in here, we've done copy T's in here. We've done various other things in here. So a no sale. So anything in red, we put for a medium shirt newspapers here, but it's been cancelled. So anything in red means there's a cancel, no sale, refund, void, and that is logged by the staff member. So you've got a real good idea of what the staff are doing. You can also compare this to your CCTV if you want to. So you can then look at, right, well, that transaction was done on that date. So let's go back and look at the CCTV. You can cross check it. Till reports, I might not be able to show you this, it depends if we've done a Z. I don't think we have. Oh, we have done one. But till reports is what the Z read looks like on the till. So it will have your gross sales, net sales, always go by your net sales, remember, cash, credit card, cash totals, voids, etc., and then your VAT at the bottom. So that is the printer. We still recommend doing that. You can print it, you can save it to PDF, but that is what till reports are. Customers is basically, if you have customers, it's to do with if you're having points loyalty, okay, in retail. So we do contactless cards, we do the card readers, we can do points loyalty. That's the cheapest option of doing it. To retain, get customers back to your business. You can build up a profile. This is an add-on, by the way. You can build up a profile of customers here. You can add notes to customers, their details if they agree to it. You can restrict their card if it gets lost. And this data can be exported from the customer file in the back office. So you've got the customer information. You can run a customer statement, what they're spending, and there's various other things you can do in here. In terms of marketing, I would recommend a third-party marketing package like MailChimp. You can export their emails out to import in there and then send the offer out you want to do. That's the best way of doing it. It's just because the online marketing packages and to verify your email, and there's a lot of sort of email verification now with spam and everything, it is always best to export the data out and import it into a third-party mailing package, which has been warmed up, is trusted, and you then do that through there. Because what you don't want is to spam your customers and then they get annoyed. So these email marketing packages specialize in this with their email servers and controlling that help. All right. Vouchers, the best way to do vouchers is just to do, we sell the vouchers on the till and then you can redeem the vouchers through the till. We'll set that up for you. There's no charge for that. That's very straightforward. That's really it, really. There's a few other things, but that really covers it. But like I said, our software is designed for retail scanning businesses and retail businesses. So fashion, newsagents, grocery stores, garden centres, pet shops, any business that requires anything to do with scanning. We can do like a Android handheld where you can use the camera to scan a barcode, and there's a piece of software where you can go around and do stock takes with that, or we do our own Android device, Windows Android device for doing quick stock takes with a scanner. So we can do that as well. That's an add-on, obviously. But the core of it is that, and we do find there are customers with mixed modes. So we do zero waste stores, for example, that have a cafe, a garden centre, or a farm shop now as a cafe. So a lot of places are doing a bit of hospitality. That is quite common now. So we can mix. It's called mixed mode. We can do both, and we do all the latest hardware, all the latest Windows software. So please do get a quote from us. You can visit us at our website, southwestsystemsuk.com. And obviously you can email us at sales@southwestsystemsuk.com, and then a member of the team will get back to you promptly. If you need anything else, then just fill out the quote form on our website, leave us your details, and just, yes, we'll give you the best pricing with the best possible hardware, with the best software support, and you won't be disappointed. And we've got very good reviews on Google. We've got very good reviews everywhere. We've got no one, there's no bad points with us. We're trusted, and you will get good software at affordable pricing and good software support. So I hope this video has been helpful, and look forward to hearing from you. Many thanks.